Oi.
Bam! 2021, boy. Let's go. Good job.
Live.
What's happening, young fellas, besides guns and hunting and
Guns,
all
hunting,
all the other
archery,
jazz?
jiu-jitsu.
Actually,
That's
that is
all
pretty
we
much
did.
all we could. That's pretty much everything we did during the holidays.
Yeah.
No, Uncle Cyril cancelled our NASA trip. So
He cancelled everything, bro.
So we hung around.
cancelled Christmas.
That's the
So
starter.
Well, did you see yesterday was the highest infection rate because it was the last day of the incubation period for the Christmas Day contaminations.
but now they're like, oh no, there's gonna be more. It's gonna go up now because people are coming home from holidays. But I was like,
But surely they should have had it there
surely
already.
then it slows down because people are back in their houses. No one's being reckless on the beach, you know.
Boy, listen, don't let me get my tinfoil hat out eh? This early in the year, please. Give us a chance.
Just blame it on 5G. All of
Yeah,
it.
I reckon still it's the 5G, bro. They're sending the bat waves through the 5G into your chest. I love that shit. I was talking about this the other day, like,
I'd love to hear Eddie Bravo's take on it.
dude, yeah, I'm like Eddie Bravo and guys like, what's his name? Fuck, man.
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones, yeah. But like the thing is,
He's hard to listen
you
to.
can't go and listen to that because you're just gonna be stuck there for weeks, listening to conspiracies and be like, yeah, he's right. And then,
What's
like, wake
mental
up
is
and be
that
like-
he is about some of it.
Most
and
of
then
it,
you're
bro.
Like, shit.
most
But
of the
that's
time
the
he's
thing.
fucking right.
That's the thing. Like if you mix up like, if you have 90% fiction and a little bit and like 10% fact, then you know you're gonna make everyone doubt the 90% fiction, right? So I think that's his style. It's like he'll throw some truth in there, so that he's right on some things, and then like throws everything else is just bullshit.
It's like
Did you see him invite himself on
yeah,
Joe Rogan
on the
election show? They had like a live show that they were gonna do, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm coming down." Then the election show happened. He wasn't there, and the guy's like, "Where is he?" He's like, "No, I was gonna let him on for the election show. It'd just be him shouting at me for 4 hours."
Oh, I'd love to hear their theories on
Yeah,
Capitol
dude.
Hill and
all of this shit. But yeah,
the impeachment process and
it's fucking, bro. The whole world is just chaos, dude. It's just absolute
Dude.
fucking chaos.
a memory came up today of us being in California, and like I remember being in California, and be like, "This is the greatest place on the entire planet. This is the greatest place. I want to move here. I want to live here." California is probably one of the last places I want to be right now.
Yeah,
That
it's a nightmare.
everyone's leaving there like in like hundreds of people at a time.
Texas, baby.
like, yes, Dallas.
Actually, I headed out. Yeah, no, it's been
There's even snow in Texas.
pretty
That's how
fucking
hectic
crazy.
things are getting.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty good.
But yeah, we've survived, and we're here. At least fucking MMA has been sort of ticking over.
Yeah,
We're
I'd
back
say
at it this week, eh?
Yeah, we're back, boy.
The hiatus
We're
is
back.
done.
We are back. All those fucking bastards living the dream on Fight Island right now. Dicks.
Yeah, and this is gonna have fans in it now.
Fans. So they're saying like 2,000 fans per event, which is a
It's a
bit
start.
weird, I guess, like
It's a start.
in a big arena. But doesn't that make so much sense? Like I mean, even we've had local cricket here, which has been a nightmare. But you've got a 55,000 seater stadium, and you
Yeah.
can't have
1,000 fans.
or like 5,000 fans spread out. You can like have like 100 in a block, and they can all sit away
Yeah.
from each other. Like, why would you not do that?
But I mean, it's I suppose like the overheads is pretty high to like go
Yeah, but-
set up all the shields. But I mean,
Yeah, but you're there anyway.
yeah. But what I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you. It's like invest in those plastic partitioning,
Yeah.
like we put in all the entertainment areas, and then just partition off the seating, and then you must stay in your little cubicle for the match, and then
Yeah, it makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But in
it's not rocket science.
but in Abu Dhabi they've had a vaccine for a long time
A
already.
while, yeah.
Do you know that
They started getting the vaccine last year, like November or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. I don't know much about it. But
I heard
it's already
rumors
been
that
happening.
the vaccine only needs a 70% success rate, in order to get passed in certain countries.
Yeah, well, if it means you can have 3 arms and you can carry on living your life. Fuck, so
Oh,
be
well,
it,
here's
bro.
the thing, right? Would you rather not take it, or take it and then everyone have the ability to just go back to being normal?
Yeah, I don't know, boy.
Yes,
I know
I would love normal roundabout now.
I know. Like I'd be like, fine, you know what? I'll take whatever.
I don't like
random
this.
side
I don't like
effect.
this new normal bullshit. Like,
yeah.
I just like
You can fuck right off
I
with
like
your
the
new
original
normal. Yeah,
normal.
dude.
I like the original normal,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, you can take your new normal and fuck right off. Honestly.
I'll be honest with you. Training today. Like I was nervous with all the guys coming back from.
I was thinking about this last
from
night.
holidays. You know, like, cause like you don't know who they saw, what they did, and like I'm not so worried about myself. You know, like I think I already had it, but I'm worried like there are some people that aren't that healthy in that environment, you know? So it's like,
or even in like people that you might come into contact with.
yeah.
I just had this conversation with my wife because we've got friends that are pretty nervous at the moment. They're like, it's my mate's wife and she's got an autoimmune disease, or it's not like she's got a deficiency. She's got to be a bit careful.
Probably the worst.
Yeah,
right?
you know what I mean. So
that and lung disease.
So we like invited them over on the weekend, and they were like, "Look, they're not. You know, they're just gonna bunker up for a little while." I'm
But
like,
you can understand.
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
like,
and that's cool. That's cool. So I said to my wife, you know what? They might be looking at me and being like, "Well, you know, this dude's going to jiu-jitsu, literally sweating on people's faces."
No,
you know,
no,
like,
that doesn't happen.
well, it happens if you're rolling me, dude. You're getting sweat on your face. Just accept it.
Oh.
But you know, like it's a weird thing. Like
No,
I'm
I
not too
agree with
stressed
you,
about
dude.
it, but it is. And then I had the same thought last night because I'm like, well, okay, so regular classes are back, and like now it's a bit different because when you go to an open mat, it's kind of the same people over this period.
Yeah.
It's the same people all the time, so that kind of gives you like a bit of reassurance. But it's
Look, my wife.
it is definitely
My
strange.
wife slammed the brakes. We were training all over the place in December, wherever we could get like decent. And then she eventually came to me and she was like, "Listen, you can train at one gym.
Pump the brakes.
You can train at one gym, and you're gonna stay at that one gym."
Yeah.
And, like I understood. You know, it's once again it's her not worrying about us as much as worrying about her parents and
What you've got to do, dude. You've
Yeah.
got to do. I think it's a weird space right now because for one, you've got to go get those yayas out, bro, and that's the way we do it. You know what I mean? Like you've got to keep your sanity, but you've also got to understand that jiu-jitsu and martial arts is probably not the greatest. But I'm also not seeing people like getting infected or having negative effects coming out of a gym. You know what I mean? Like I'm still waiting to see that. Like Virgin Active closed the fucking sauna again. It's the only reason I'm paying to go there, so I can use the fucking sauna. And like, cool, we can have 1,000 people inside the gym, but we can't put 2 inside the sauna. I'm like,
So if anyone wants to sponsor Al Sauna,
yeah, please. Fuck, dude. I would.
How much did Don pay for his one? That's a lacquer one.
Dude, they're not.
I know you have
They're
to
actually not that bad, but to be honest, I've looked into it because there's options. You got infrared and you got the dry heat ones. The infrared would obviously be a slightly more cheaper option in terms of electricity usage because you use a lot less, but it's just not the same because that heats up your skin.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like a heater, it just heats up your skin. Whereas the hot rocks is like it heats up the environment around you, and that's the one you really want. But that's a massive coil, dude. It's like a giant fucking kettle turning that on all the time.
But can you not get the those coal ones?
Yeah, that's the one. But that's heated up with an element.
No, but have you seen the ones where you like start a mini bri in the base of the?
Oh yeah, no, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
Imagine you pitched up to training every day and you smelled like you had a fresh bra.
Yeah, you straight
Every
off
day.
the
I
fry.
actually be salivating.
Hey,
man.
you smell like boerewors and charcoal, boy. What's going on here?
Is this like from
There's a proper
like
South
the
African.
farm? What's going on here? Why
Proper
does it
South
always smell like
African, dude.
Proper, dude. Yeah, I know. It's a very, very strange time, and I think what's today? It's Monday, 4 o'clock. I think tonight it's gonna get a little bit weirder.
Yeah, well, they announced what the announcement's meant to
Old
be.
Ramapopo is gonna talk tonight. And
It's going to be an
thing
extension of the current.
Well, we assume,
regulations.
dude. We assume. There's no. I always say
I hope so.
there's no point in. There's no point in assuming. I
Like an
guess.
extension is better than having additional restrictions.
Not
imposed.
for me, boy. To be honest, another
Yeah.
month is fucking. It's starting
No,
to get. It's starting to get very weird.
Well,
now.
the problem is that you can't actually.
If anyone's
plan
looking for
anything.
some contraband alcohol,
I mean, you don't ask.
Who was that?
Don't
What was that?
don't ask here.
What was
Did you
that?
check that? Oh yeah, it's so stupid. But like we can't even
I mean, that was
Get
super
our gym-
cryptic, right?
gym sorted because you can't plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, planning is very tough, dude. You know what's funny is like I went to go look at a lease, maybe September.
What, for the BigAl Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and martial arts gym?
Yes, sir. For a restaurant that I've like for 3 years, I've been like saying like, if I can get this space, and it popped up 50% less than what the rent was
Oh
asking for.
man.
It's a sign.
And like I had, like a lot of chats with people, and then eventually I was like, I can't. This is, if we go backwards to a lockdown, you got a place. It's 2,000 square meters, bro, of property that you got to look after,
Yeah.
which needs a shit ton of staff. You would have traded halfway through December.
That's a motherfucker restaurant.
Dude, it's huge, and then you would have kicked in the balls, but nah, again.
Imagine having
So
a...
it's fucking heartbreaking that
No,
that
100.
opportunity came and went. It might still come back one day. Who
Dude,
knows?
that is a big restaurant.
Dude, it's huge. It's fucking huge, dude.
If, to put it into perspective, the whole entertainment center of Menlyn Shopping Centre is 2,500 square meters.
Dude,
That's arcades, bowling
Yeah.
alleys, bumper cars, you name it.
well, this property, think about it, bro, is 1,000 square meters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got two of these. It's
I know.
no, it's big,
Madness.
dude. It's big, and there's sections all over the place. But there's like seating here, a bar there, fucking things at the back, another thing at the back.
It's would have been epic, huh?
Yeah. But in hindsight,
I know a restaurant designer.
is it looking for work? Bro?
Looking for work.
Also, here's an idea. If we get that spot we're looking for, and the spot next door...
we found a spot when Al opened that restaurant. We got a
2000
jiu-jitsu spot.
Bro,
dude.
do you know, it was one of the first things that came up to my mind. I'm like, there's a dead space at the back there.
Jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu. I'm like, kids play area, jiu-jitsu. Problem
Done.
solved.
Done. There we done. No,
And they could almost
no rental.
interchange.
No
If the
rental?
kids are willing to take their shoes off and have a little bit of a fight, kids' entertainment and the...
Dude, this place is so
It should be
sick.
the
There
same
was
thing.
like, there's like a, when you come in on the left, there's like a whole nother little building. So there were like weird little shops. There was like a little brewery and kind of like weird things in there. And upstairs they had like a pool table and an old school like little arcade, like little Pac-Man and stuff like that. And you would sublet that out. But what they were saying you would get for that sublease is impossible. It's like they said like 25 grand for the small space. They split it up over like 3-4 people.
Yeah.
But I'm like, there's nobody in this day and age that's going to pay that money to be in a small space like
So
that.
is it
You
still
know what I mean?
available or not?
It is, bro. It is. Well, I assume it is because I haven't heard anything. But the big problem came in there as well. There was like the liquor license. Everyone was like, there was a big question mark. Nobody knew where it was and things like that. So you're like, well, fuck, guys. If I have to apply for a new license, you're talking at this point like 6-7 months.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to sign a lease and then wait for 6-7 months. That's suicide.
Yeah, I know.
anyway.
Unless they agreed to give you BO from
Yeah.
a time of
Yeah, yeah,
approval
yeah.
of the
Yeah.
liquor license,
Yeah.
which they won't do.
But anyway, in a nutshell, it's just a crazy fucking town. Crazy town.
There's a vegan restaurant next to the space we want to go to. If that closes down...
Pull in.
Yeah, but that
Voila.
rental's hectic, bro. Remember, we're getting good rental because we're taking the one spot of this beautiful shopping center that no one wants.
Let me tell you.
That's how to do it, though.
It is. You want to be in the best spot in the shittest location, so that for a jiu-jitsu gym, obviously.
You want to be in the.
Unless you're a restaurant, then you want to be in the best spot in the best location.
It's a bit different, dude. And you definitely want to be in the fucking restaurant industry at this moment. Well, I
Yes,
suppose.
dude.
I think some of the restaurants are still doing okay. The problem is, like, it becomes like,
McDonald's.
yeah, they're killing it, dude. Hey, they're killing it.
Well, every time we go past like a McDonald's, the queue. So like, we go do the competency on Saturday, but neither of us think, okay, this is going to take like 6 hours, right?
Sometimes it's like
So I don't
an
eat
hour.
breakfast.
Yeah.
I don't bring anything to drink.
I did the
He
same.
doesn't eat breakfast. He doesn't bring anything to drink. By the time we got to the shooting, I was literally shaking just from like no sugar in my system, like low blood sugar. Eventually, I like looked at this like I was like, I need like something just to like settle me. So I think I had a cream soda or something. We did the shoot. We went straight to McDonald's. The queue was so long, we just actually cancelled it. We just carried on, went home.
Yeah,
Dude,
the
it's-
Woodmead one. It was literally around the block.
Bro, it's so crazy. I remember when the first initial hard lockdown ended, a week ago, back to work and like kind of operate on takeaways, and it was just, bro, I would drive that road in Rosebank, Bolton, going up the hill towards a McDonald's.
Yeah.
At like, so just before I would leave, like an hour before the curfew would kick in, because I always have the longest drive and I leave my staff to close up. There would literally be like a sea of fucking bikes, bro,
Yeah.
coming down that road from McDonald's. I took photos of it the one day I drove past. There was queues wrapping right around the McDonald's and all the way
But that
fucking
McDonald's
out,
is
dude.
hectic
It's
always,
chaos, dude. I promise you, there was a day, I think on my phone, I went back and I could count 78 bikes in the picture of my phone, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And they were just fucking everywhere. I was like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
That's crazy.
But again,
man.
bro, at like 50 Rand, you can get
Yeah.
like a burger, fucking chips, and a drink, like as big as you like. And
Yeah.
you can't, like, what do you say to that? Like, well,
No, 100%.
you got no money, cool. I know it's shit for you, but it's what I'm going to eat.
Yeah,
It's cheaper than going to buy groceries, dude. You can
Well,
just
that is
live off
pretty-
McDonald's
well, that's the
for
problem
rest of
is
your
that, is that some takeaways is a little bit cheaper than buying quality groceries, you know?
life. Yeah, it's
And
chaos.
you know, people often say like, "Oh, I can't eat healthy because it's just so expensive," and like it is, but I mean, it's worth it in the long run. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
the
for
oaks that are
sure.
living on fucking McDonald's are definitely suffering through the COVID situation.
My mate Andrea Papas, who's like nutrition expert of note, always says you'll spend the money on an expensive car, consider your body the car, rather invest in your body.
No, 100%, dude.
Also, you have money for what? Get the car as well.
Like just
Get the car. I'm Carlos at the moment, bro.
Yes,
Weird.
you got some nice cars downstairs.
Yeah,
for
just
Carlos.
bro, like I rock up at school to fetch my daughter. They're like, "Hello, who's it?" I'm like, "Hi, it's Alistair. Who are you fetching?" I'm like, "Ah, fuck, I'm in another car. Sorry." It's pretty chaos, but anyway. Raucous. Let's see what's been happening in the MMA world, buddy.
Well, why don't we start
least
off
life
with
is
the
coming
fact
back
that we
online.
might have... what is going on here?
Just use the pad.
Aha. Drickus Duplessis is rumored to have a fight.
Duplessis.
And you got a decent opponent. They're not playing games.
Giles, yeah.
They're not playing games.
Oh.
Bro, I think
Draucus Duplessis.
See,
What does Dana call him? Dracus.
Dracus.
Dracus Duplessis.
Drake is 2+3. Yeah, dude, it's a great little matchup. Yeah, dude, I don't know why it was doing this on my phone as well. I think MMA Junkie. I don't
It's
know what's
been
happening,
hacked.
guys. Just go
advanced,
to.
and you go here, proceed to with
Yeah,
junkies.
just
Anyway,
go to
your page.
Instagram, but it was coming up here.
This guy beat
Beaten a couple of decent guys.
Trevor
in there.
Giles,
James
and
Krause.
and
He
he's
beat James
a
Krause.
and he's a
James
cop.
Krause is
Good.
fucking good, dude.
He's a cop, I think, isn't he? Or Trevor Giles.
A knock
I don't know about a knock, bro, but he's definitely on the force.
I
Eh?
wouldn't say that to his face.
on
So-
the force or on the sauce.
On the force, not on the source. I'm glad we cleared that up. I love how they say there's two people with knowledge of the booking informed MMA Junkie. I would like to know this. Go down and see. It's the Brunson Holland card. Cheyenne Base versus Kay Hansen, Julia Avila, Max Griffin, Gustavo Lopez, Drickus. It's a nice little card shaping
Hey,
up
there
there.
might be. I don't know. I have a feeling like they're trying to shape this card.
There might be
Yeah.
another South African on this card.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hey,
Who knows?
I've always heard rumors that Shine wants to fight on the same card as her husband. I
Do
mean,
suck at these little highlights,
Oh, you're lucky it's not up here.
but it's gonna be on this. So you'll see it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm hearing, yeah.
Jeez, I can imagine if they just took every single South African person and put them onto the book.
We want champion.
one
we want
random
Don,
card.
We want JP. Ron, come back.
Bro,
We want
it's
But
so-
this is going to be part of the next Fight Island set, eh? Because there's 3 cards in
I
1
don't
week.
know. So this is going to be in March. I don't know where
There's
it's going to be.
There's a 10th, 16th, and 23rd fight cards like straight in a row.
yeah.
it's
So in
3
8
and 10
days. So you've
yeah.
got this Saturday, next Wednesday, and then Saturday is 257.
But I'm saying for this group of fights,
They're
there's
going back
there's
to-
3 in a row
On Fight
at,
Island.
At that time of the year. But they haven't announced that it's at Fight Island. But I assume that it is going to be at Fight Island.
So-
They're going to do 3 of them in a row.
So they've put in. Yeah, I think you might be right because I think in Feb they're going back to Vegas.
Yeah.
So I know they've applied for 4 dates in Vegas, and then this hasn't been confirmed. This is what
Yeah.
they wait. They haven't announced.
Can I make a little cheeky call here? I reckon, right? Drickus beats this guy. And then in his post-fight interview calls out
Kevin Holland.
Mr. Kevin Holland over here, who
If he
previously
gets past
accepted
Derek
that fight.
Brunson.
I wonder if he gets past him or not.
You see, I'm over doubting Kevin Holland though. Like every time the
Jesus,
things
dude.
come up, I'm like, okay, that actually gonna beat Kevin Holland, and then he pulls it out. He just gets like these late knockouts.
Jacare was one for me because if you watch Kevin Holland, he
And
looks.
he knocked him out ugly. Yeah.
Bro, he looks almost like like super unorthodox and very wild and like doing weird things, and you're like, okay, cool, this works up until a point, until you meet someone like Jacare. You're like, this is where the party ends, dude. Like, this is it. It's, you know, Jacare is gonna double leg him and fucking choke him out. And then got to the ground and I was like, holy fuck, this looks throwing submissions up off his back. Look at him go. And then sparked him, bro. Absolutely sparked him.
It was ugly. It was the way he hit him.
Nasty, dude. That dude draws some crazy power, dude. I think it's that long length. It's like a fucking cannonball, dude.
But that's shaping up to be a good card.
How much money did that oak make? Please try and find Kevin Holland's earnings. I think it's like $500,000
last year.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he did.
He had like 5 fights.
No, that's amazing.
He accepted
the
Dricus's call out, eh?
yeah.
So I'm reckon Dricus wins that one.
Just-
I mean, if he beats Derek Brunson, it puts him in a slightly different league. But
I think he beats Derek Brunson though, but to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
disclosed.
I think Derek
Korea
Brunson-
disclosed earnings, $225,000.
I think Derek Brunson is ready to join that Bellator list, eh?
Yeah, I mean it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Did you see that
Stable thing.
UFC fighter that stabbed his sisters this weekend?
Yeah.
What?
Owen Rivera.
He went Dilly, and his sisters were
Look,
visiting
I'm not
him.
going to call it CTE.
Well, so this is the scary part, right? His sisters came to visit him. They were staying in the same room. Then he felt that he had that he got told by a higher power to go and stab and kill his sisters. So he stabbed both of them, punctured the one sister, both lungs of the one sister,
Double line.
and then ran away, right? And then he handed himself into the cops saying, no, he killed his sisters, but they actually had survived. And then his management team were like, they notified the UFC, he has been showing some signs of mental illness. And it's like, okay, maybe you should have spoken to someone a little bit earlier before he stabbed both his sisters.
Bro, but isn't that a problem? Like, these kind of dudes for management, they just become money, bro. Like, no one really gives a fuck. They're just like, cool, yeah, look, to be honest, he has been acting a bit weird lately.
You reckon he'll make that list of getting cut? You know, the 60 people? He's probably gonna make that list now.
I think he's definitely gonna get cut. Eh, boy.
Someone's-
He's probably gonna get cut from society, I would guess, hey boy, to be honest.
Oh, I mean,
You can't have
he's already admitted to the crime. He's admitted to everything. It's just about how long his prison sentence is going to be.
Yeah, it'll be like
UFC.
UFC.
It's gonna. Well, the thing is, like, isn't it a bit weird? Because wouldn't his sisters have to press charges? Wouldn't they have to be like? It would have to be in a case of like attempted murder. So
But he might get away with some sort of mental illness charge.
No, he's 100% gonna go straight into a fucking psych ward. That's CTE, dude. I'd hate to say it.
Oh, that's scary, yeah.
Mm.
Super scary.
Heavy days, bro. But like, if they let Tony Ferguson's Tony Ferguson, and he was allowed to carry on fighting, when for sure we maybe should have given him some time on one of those little islands where he could have spoken to some people about what was going on inside of his head.
Shutter Island.
Yeah, dude. He needed a break, you know? Along with old fucking Mike Perry, dude. What do you do with Mike Perry, dude? You can't let that oak back in the fucking UFC. Did you see what that oak did?
No, what did he do?
You didn't see the
Bro,
thing before his
Where have you been?
wife had the baby?
No?
Dude, he kicked a hole through a glass door, severed like something in his leg, took Instagram videos, story of him like bleeding out on the floor. Like,
Yeah,
he's
it's-
lost the plot, dude.
It's for sure not going to be on his
And
Instagram
then post on
anymore.
Twitter like
Professional
moments later that
bodyguard.
nothing that I do is
Dog
ever
walker,
enough.
masseuse, chauffeur, photographer, chef.
But it was like a weird series of posts, right? In the morning he had posted,
Bro,
I've got this Rolex watch and I got this
Yeah.
watch,
Yeah, he's
30
just trying to
grand,
like sell
20
shit,
grand.
dude. Yeah.
Then later on he's on a boat. Then later on he's in the hotel, sit with a gash in his leg, bleeding out. Like,
Do you know how those posts happened? Drugs, man.
plenty of them, dude.
Boy, go to Google. They're not going to be here. Just say cut leg or whatever, something like it.
Yeah, there you go. Cut leg. Come on.
Just go videos. It should pop
Someone for sure screen record.
Oh, yeah.
Screenshot.
up. Oh yeah, that's bro.
Instant.
Dude, you cannot censor the internet, my man. And the suck didn't even like think to delete that shit immediately. He was high as fook.
How many dwellings do you reckon he was on?
Oh, all of them.
the duelums.
All of them.
He's living that Florida life.
Boy, listen, I think South China Morning Post was probably a bad idea. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I would have preferred someone more legitimate.
I'll go back. I clicked back again.
Like Essentially Sports would probably be better.
Essentially Sports has these really annoying clickbait Facebook
They
ads.
all do, dude.
Oh, you won't believe who signed with the UFC.
Ramaphosa surprised Afrikaners.
Jeez,
Okay.
like great advertising.
Boy, please, let's find this video. Here we go. Oh, my.
Oh,
Bro, that actually like scares me, bro. Imagine walking outside your room and you see that oak lying there. I'd fucking panic, bro. I'd just
Dude,
start running,
That
dude.
oak's lost the plot.
I would just start running, bro.
That oak's lost the plot.
Hey, you can't like, well, Dana's probably like licking his lip. He's like, this is fucking great for advertising.
Just is.
X, you,
Let the
you
madman loose, dude.
You oaks on that hating on Derek Brunson thing, but this oak's riding 3 wins.
Yeah,
he just stopped.
but
Edmund
Elias
Shabazian.
Theodorou, you got cut. Ian Hansich with
He was about to get cut.
yeah, and then
No, he's fighting.
Edmund Shabazian was a good win though.
Ian Heinisch is fighting Kelvin Gastelum, I think.
Shabazian, he stopped the
Golden
hype train.
Boar.
Yeah.
You reckon at some point Gastelum's gonna take it seriously and actually cut some weight? And
You think so? After
No.
a couple of title shots, right?
I think
Train a little
Gastelum's going
harder.
to join the Bellator.
the Bellator
Why not?
sail off into the sun and get that Bellator money?
Get
eh?
that Bellator money, dog. Why not? Like, you realistically never going to be champion again. Well, if Adesanya decides to stay at light heavyweight, maybe.
Is he, when
Probably
is he
not.
fighting?
Blahovic, that's on that big card, eh? 3 fights, one
Dude,
night.
yeah, let's
3
go.
titles on one night.
Go to...
Nunez versus Anderson,
Boy,
Blahovic versus...
Can you open Twitter, bro?
Adesanya, and there's one more title on that. Is it-
Megan Anderson.
No, yeah. So I got the Megan Anderson. Is it not?
Oh, here we go. Jan Blachowicz, Adesanya, Amanda Nunes, Megan Anderson.
There's one more title fight that announced the other day.
Piotr Jan.
Peter Yan versus Aljo.
Aljo, yeah.
I kind of hope Aljo gets that.
Boy, go to Twitter quickly.
Peter Yan is a monster.
Bro, I'm not signing up to fight
Hey.
it. And search for
He had to
just
change camps for this fight, though. Eh?
Piotr Jan.
Yeah.
Why?
He went to
Uh,
ATT because to go to Phuket,
Search Marcel.
you know he trains out of Tiger Muay Thai, but to get into Phuket, he would have had to do a 2-week
Yeah, Marcel Dorf, yeah.
lockdown, like
Shout out to Big.
isolation. So it means he would have only got a 6-week camp. So he just flew straight to America, went to ATT to
Shit.
prepare. But I mean, in fairness, like when he goes to Tiger, he brings like his training partners with him,
Yeah, yeah.
and he makes the camp.
Okay, go down.
It's like his own
So,
camp.
so yeah, open this up, dude. This will have all the fights. You're gonna have to zoom
Those
in a
looks
bit.
great, eh?
Bro, he's the bomb. This okay has some crazy sources, dude. Him and yeah, here we go. So this is the next one coming up.
That's a good call.
Holloway, Qatar, Condit. This, I must be honest. Like for your first card back and going back on ABC, it's not insane. If we're honest.
That
It's-
Max Holloway fight.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
good.
yeah, but
Condit
it's-
as well. Although again, I'm just gonna be like, please.
And a
win.
nice sleeper fight is that
Ponzinibbio
Ponzinibbio
versus
versus.
Lang.
That's a lack of fight. Even the Buckley,
The Chirico, yeah.
Soriano versus. That's
Hall.
probably a bit weak.
David Zawada. Samurais. Yeah. And then you've got the Wednesday night. And these are this.
Oh, this is the triple header.
The good news here is UFC this Fight Island 7 on Saturday starts the first that Jacob Kilburn versus Austin Lingo starts 7 p.m. SA time.
Oh, that's
Which is
awesome.
fucking amazing. So you got the main card kicking off at 10 o'clock at night, which is
On Fight Pass or.
epic. Oh, it'll be on Supersport, yeah.
Dolce on the 20th of Jan there.
Yeah, then this one is also, it's starting at a good time. This is on a Wednesday night, though. It's going to be a good time, though. Wally Alves.
What do you think Dolce does to
man.
beat this Marcus Perez guys?
Dude, listen. That's a super, super tough fight for Dolce, dude.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, everyone here in South Africa, most of your casual fans never knew who Marcus Perez was until he fought Drickus, and then saw
He
him
was
get
good,
sparked by Drickus, and now you're looking at this guy and you're like, well, it's a
No,
cakewalk
he's
now.
good, dude.
You know what I mean, bro? You're talking about a fucking legit black belt, a dude who's been around a fucking
Okay, here's my dream
long
matchup,
time.
right?
Tell me, dog.
Delta sleeps this guy,
And fights
and then they
Drickus.
make that fight that we've all wanted to see happen. Hey, I know we're gonna lose.
I think this
it.
is the. I think this is the closest we're gonna get to see a Drickus versus Dolce is them fighting the same opponent.
Do you honestly think they would do that?
Never.
No,
Yeah, they would
they
never,
actually you
never.
axe one of the African stars in one go, and there's not many of them to come by. So
Well,
I don't think they'd
you
do
know,
that.
like ultimately they want Dolce to win, they want Drickus to win, they want Don to win, and then they want to come back to Africa with a whole host of like winning Africans.
Yeah.
And
And this Francisco Figueiredo is Davison's brother, eh?
is it?
I think so.
let's have a look at you.
I'm pretty sure it's his brother.
Figueiredo was tuning.
Match Null versus
That's a
Tyson
nice
Nams
fight.
are like a
That's
fight
a nice
as well.
fight. I dig Tyson.
Hey,
Nam,
Manon's
dude.
on that card.
Yeah, that she's making her debut there.
Victoria Leonardo obviously doesn't know what's about to happen to her.
Oh, dude, I saw some clips of Manon.
Don't Google a non-Fiero opponent aftermath. It's ugly
It's
pictures.
Bro,
graphic content.
go to Manon's Instagram just now, dude.
Okay. Then we on to
You'd
the-
probably say Manon's better than even the other ladies' fight. That's
Yeah, dude.
at the top there. Vivian Aroja versus Roxanne Modafferi.
Poirier McGregor, Hooker Chandler.
That
Oh,
is a card.
dude.
Joanne Calderwood, is she coming back? Wait.
She's always been there. She just
Yeah, boy.
she got a title shot.
Yeah, she took a.
Then she took an interim fight, because Valentina couldn't fight at that date, and then she lost the title. She lost the interim fight.
Who was
lost
the
title
original
shot.
SPG chick? I'm not think it's not the same chick.
The original
Mm.
SPD. Are you talking about
SPG chick.
Sinead Kavanagh? That one.
Yeah.
No, man.
She's
the
in
one-
Bellator though.
No, there was the. She retired, I think.
SBG chick.
Yeah, she was at
Oh,
Connors,
you're
Connors
talking-
camp.
Yeah, you're talking about that chick that had the. She's retired because of mental illness.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. She was on the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. Jessica I.
Yeah, it's a good fight actually. Amanda Ribas, who's like the love child of UFC at the moment.
Juliana
Brad
Pena
Tavares-
versus Sarah McMahon.
Brad,
That's like a,
Brad Tavares versus Shoeface is a fucking good fight.
Yeah.
Dude. Matt Favola versus Otman Azaitar as well. That's a nice fight. Khalil Roundtree. I'm a huge Khalil Roundtree fan.
When he's on, eh?
Yes, dude.
What he did to Eric Anders was brutal. But once again, like he's hot and cold though.
Hey, is
Called
that
Umar. Yeah,
is
That's
that-
his cousin,
Yeah.
Umar Nurmagomedov.
Yeah,
He's the undefeated one, hey?
Yeah, but he's had like 7 fights, but things kept on happening. I think he might have had COVID actually the last time. Tarukian versus Haxbarat, bro.
Yeah.
That's the one to watch on that card, my man. I'm a fucking huge Tarukian fan.
This guy's got the inside scoop on everything, eh?
Who old
Marcel
Dolph, bro. I'm sure you know what I think about Marcel. This dude's got like I think he's got like search algorithms, bro, on his PC. So as things start going out onto the internet, like hit words, he picks it up because sometimes this dude, well, most of the time actually, he's the first source. If you're listening to this and you're a journalist, shut up now. No, but this is honestly, bro. This oak's always got the first word. I don't know how he does it.
That's great, dude.
Fucking awesome. And then he does shit like this. He puts it all together on what they've announced.
That's a big card, dude. That's a couple too many fights on
So-
that card.
So yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
starting
This
to look
algorithm-
at 2015 Fight Stars card over here. Maybe that's a 1 in the morning, guys.
Yeah. So it's Feb 6th, 13th, and 20th. This is back in Vegas.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying. So you got Overeem Volkov, Sandhagen, Frankie Edgar.
That's a good fight.
good fight, dude. Diego Ferreira versus Benel Dariush. That's also a fucking good
I
fight.
thought Ferrer was on the verge of a title shot after he beat Pettis.
You would
Right?
have thought.
Has he fought since then?
No.
I think once. And I think it was also a win.
No, I think Pettis was his last one, I'm sure. Pantoja. It's a nice little card, bro. Meatball Molly McCann. And then you've got Usman versus Burns. Maybe. Yeah, so I was right. Ian Heinisch is fighting
That's going to be epic.
Calvin
Usman
Gastelum.
versus Burns.
Pedro Munoz versus Jimmy Rivera. It's a nice fight. Uriah Hall, Chris Weidman, bro. That's a good fight.
Yeah, he hasn't fought since Pettis, dude.
Yeah.
And that was ages ago.
Yeah.
A year. He hasn't fought in a year.
Maki Pitolo, I like. Rodolfo Vieira versus Anthony Hernandez. It's a nice fight.
That was just the reschedule, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I meant
yeah.
to fight
Yeah,
recently.
Yeah. Curtis Blades, Derek Lewis also rescheduled. Chris Dorcas, Alex Olenek.
So sad seeing Hodolfo lose
Arlovsky
to
versus Tom Aspinall. That's a great fight,
Canyon.
dude. A young Tom Aspinall, who looks like Frank Muir's love child. It's
You see,
amazing.
Frank Muir's daughter's got a second MMA win.
Yeah, dude. Jared Van Der Raar. who's
That's his
also on
debut,
there.
eh?
Yeah,
Also rescheduled fight.
yeah. So
Lots
just
of
for that.
rescheduled stuff here because of COVID tests.
Yeah,
eh?
it's clever though, dude. Go down. See, he's still got more fights. This oak's booked up till March here, but look at this oak.
Yeah.
So these are the cards. So let's take a... Bro, I think you're right.
6,
eh?
13,
Because
20th.
go back up there. Sorry, Rocky. So you would say these are, okay, Volkov and Overeem, but mostly American-based fighters. Usman, Burns, Blades, Lewis.
Yeah, those are the US-based fighters. But then you scroll down.
And then it's becoming European again.
Yeah. Scroll down, Rock.
What are you up to there, boy?
There-
Repairing your
He's got
Bundumak.
Blahovic versus Adesanya, all Adetanas. Yan versus Aljo.
Nunes versus Anderson. Santos versus Rakic. Also Rakic from out of town.
Askarov. This is definitely... Look
Islam.
at all the Russians coming
Also
in now,
Islam,
dude.
yeah. Kara France. So it's that whole setup like they did the
Yeah.
last time. Tim Elliott, Espinoza, Song Yadang. Yeah, I think you're right. But Dom Cruz versus Casey Kenny in the prelims, you reckon that's going to stay like that?
No. I think they're the first fight of the main card or the last fight of the prelims. That card's almost been finalized.
Yeah,
They
it's
sent it
done.
out the other day.
So the Reds all verbally agreed, but it's not done yet. But those are pretty done, bro. Santos, Rakic, Benavidez, Askarov,
Oh, I hope
Makhachev,
Benavidez
Chidogo.
actually just wins again.
No, dude, come on now.
He needs another
Joe
title
B.
shot.
The March 3rd.
Another one. He's 0-4 in title shots.
It's heartbreaking.
I know it's heartbreaking,
At
but
this point,
at that point in your career, you have to be like, okay, I'm actually not gonna ever win the title. Let me just be the guy that gets like all these decent fights, like the gatekeeper for the title shot, and just keep going, dude. Get a couple of paydays.
Do you remember-
Maybe do the Bellator switch.
Maybe, bro.
Go
Do you
beat
remember-
Sergio Pettis in Bellator. Sergio's the big guy
The
there.
hot sauce.
Or go to PFL, win $1 million.
Nothing wrong with winning $1 million, dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some...
I feel like this
You've
March
got-
20 card's going to be sick.
But it makes sense though as well.
Oh,
It makes sense though because like for Drickus, I don't think you're going to go to America very easily from here at the moment.
No.
Not with the Levi 501 strain, bro.
Dude, I've got two friends
It's
who
COVID-19
are,
South
who are
African edition.
professionals in other
Take
other
two.
sports. They both last week had their work visas declined. They've been professionals in that sport for almost a decade in America. They had their visas, both of them had their visas declined last week and had to fly back to Poland and England yesterday because the US aren't handing out these visas anymore.
So we're going back to Fight Island.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to sponsor us 3 first class tickets
Oh,
to Abu
Hey,
Dhabi?
I'll take
Hey,
economy,
I'll
guys.
take
I'll take luggage, yeah.
I'll take luggage.
I'll take
poverty class, whatever that one is. Like,
Bro,
you
I
go,
saw that dude hang on to the wheels and get to the UK, bro. This is way quicker, dude, and I reckon
Did
it's
you
a bit
really
warmer.
crazy? Did you not hear about it?
I feel like I haven't been around. Like,
Bro, literally, where have you been?
Dude, him and his mates climbed onto the wheel arch of the plane, right? Flew all the way to London,
Minus 60 degrees.
minus 60
pal.
degrees. His mate fell off the wheel on descent in London and died, and he survived. He spent like 2 months in hospital, and then got
Yeah, they got a refugee status.
got a refugee status.
Because listen, when you arrive in London on the fucking wheel of a Boeing 747, dude, and they're like, say no more, doc.
Yeah.
Say no more. You can stay. You've earned it.
How crazy
Imagine you
is
like,
that?
yeah, cool, but you're going to have to go back home.
jeez, like it. So he fell off the wheel on landing.
Yeah,
On
dude.
descent, his mate fell off the
Surely
wheel.
you hide in the like.
He
what?
landed.
There are so many questions.
He landed-
How did they get to the wheel, boy? Firstly, how do you get there? Firstly, it's COVID. Secondly, it's a fucking airport.
No, but it happened like 3 years ago, hey?
No, this happened now
I
recently,
feel like
dude.
I wanna
No,
know more.
because they interviewed the guy, and he had the refugee status, and then he was speaking through the thing, and he
Okay.
still had the crutch because he's got
Yeah.
a permanent disability.
Well, we should hope that's the bare
Imagine
minimum.
you get to London, right? They're like, fine, you can stay, and also because you're disabled, you get to go on disability.
he is.
Yeah,
He
he
is.
is, dude.
He,
And he's shit. They've
got-
got to pay for his medical
I
bills.
feel
dude.
like he should be able to go on like game shows and stuff.
he,
Absolutely,
They paid
the
for his
survivor.
medical
Celebrity,
bills.
celebrity family feud,
Yeah,
like this
celebrity
is-
injured survivor.
They paid for his medical bills. They also gave him community housing, so he's got his own like apartment that is paid for by the government. He's like completely sorted.
So if anyone's feeling a little bit under pressure here,
Yes, yeah, wheel arch of a Boeing 747 doesn't sound so
File
bad.
Island, here we come, baby.
It's closer than London.
Yeah. Rourke, what we'll do is we'll take proper like climbing equipment and we'll strap ourselves in securely.
My
dude.
wife's got a ticket to Greece that she hasn't fulfilled yet, and Tana's got a ticket to Greece that she hasn't
Hey.
fulfilled yet.
Hey.
We'll just smooth it over with them, you know.
Tana,
like
you're not going to the whatever game thing you wanted to go to. We're going to Fight Island.
Yeah, we're going to File Island. See ya. Dude, apparently those like
She was supposed to go to Egypt.
yeah,
Egypt and Greece. Yeah,
I remember that actually.
it got cancelled. Like
Because-
lockdown hit.
Yeah, dude.
Lockdown hit just before they left.
It's so crazy. It's also now like all the I see IMF have released their schedule, but it's I suppose you wait to see because they're supposed to have the All Africa here in like May as well, which was supposed to be at the PI.
At the PR, that's not going to be there anymore.
Yeah, I don't even know if the PR is still operating, bro. Graham was like, "I still just got to get the dust off." I was like, okay, dust off and probably put a few things in there. I would
I
guess.
haven't listened to the Graham interview. Was it good?
Yeah, it was okay, dude.
I was
Not,
listening to it and then Escom was like, nope.
See ya. Didn't have a whole lot to say, to be honest. Like basically,
What's the status of the EFC? I was gonna.
it's not great from what I gather. To be honest, is like they're trying to find a way financially to get going, like, and it's just not happening. It's just not. They.
Well, I mean, the worst time to find. I mean, the worst time to ever try and
This
look
is
for
the
money.
thing. This is the thing. So, from what I understand and from what I've gathered and what I've heard, is they were on the brink of closing a sponsorship deal with a telecommunications company in Congo. I could be completely wrong, but this is what I understand. And that would have been a deal in dollars, and it would have been their footmark into Congo full time and on like a massive scale, because the UFC content is going everywhere for free at the moment,
Yeah.
in the hopes that they would get the sponsorship deals back, and that was the game plan. And then obviously COVID and losing, what was that, Kwesi,
Yeah.
and all of that kind of
Yeah, Kwesi dicked
kind of
him
struck
one time.
into each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was 10 months. They had that Kwesi deal, which was like R1 million per fight card that they lost, which was almost the entire fight card, and
Yeah.
then had to survive without that for 10 months, and then COVID hit. So it was problematic. And not to say there was probably a couple of problems before that as well. So this deal, and I remember Caro, we spoke long ago before all of this kind of happened, and he said that he was working on a couple of deals, and they were going to be the ones that would set them apart in a way. And then obviously COVID struck, and now it
Everyone held on
becomes-
to their money.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Everybody's holding on to their money. From what Graham was saying, it sounded like Restonic had to pull back, and that was a big partner for them. I mean, obviously, like Restonic was saying that, you know, a lot of these companies are having to cut workforce. You can't keep sponsoring sporting events if you're cutting staff. You know,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
not going to work out. So it's not good.
It's unfortunate.
It's not good at the moment. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I thought long and hard about a lot of these things over the last couple of weeks. Like, and today, like, we could pull it up here if we want. And it's quite sad because you put out a thing about Dulce fighting, and then a lot of fans are like, oh, but now everyone's going to compare Dulce's fight with the same opponent to Drickus, and you just can't do that. And then you put Drickus's fight, everyone's like, a lot of people commenting on there like, oh, what's happening with Don? And I hear it and I understand it, and I agree with the frustration, but let's let Drickus have his moment today, and then let's address the Don situation tomorrow. That's my kind of feeling, you know what I mean? But my thought process on all of this is like, what do we do, you know what I mean, as custodians and fans of the sport? What do we do? What do we do for the EFC? I have no fucking clue, dude. There's, like, I mean, we've got to put money into that. And it's not, I mean, we've managed to raise 15K in a short time for the amateurs, but we're talking about raising a couple of million for the UFC. You know what I mean? That's going to take, it's going to take someone with a lot of balls, dude. And unfortunately,
you should speak to your mate Zonneveld. He knows so many billionaires.
Marky boy, if you're listening, dog, pull in.
Pop
I
us a
reckon-
couple,
UFC's for
pop
sale.
UFC a couple million.
We
Come,
line
Chana.
up that fight with JP because that's what he's wanted, right? And then
It's going to
from
have
there
to
we
be
can
like
talk
over a
about
Wii
taking
box
over-
or something.
Yeah, we
because
could then from there
JP's
take over for because I know he wants to, you know, take over MMA in South Africa. Let him do that. Can fund the new thing. We can even call it like the Mark Sonnefeld Fighting Championship. I don't mind.
MVZ, bro. MVZ. MZV.
That sounds like Michael Venom Page, except different. He
Yeah,
kicks-
look, it's a
So-
very precarious situation. If you're someone like, well, if you're any sort of serious fighter, yeah, if you're someone like Faiz Jacobs especially,
Yeah.
it is horribly problematic.
It's problematic for all those guys that were like in their prime of their career and now they got no outlet, you know? Because now all the promotions are dealing with the same thing. They got no revenue from ticket sales at the moment.
Yeah.
So they're relying heavily on sponsorships.
And broadcasts, bro.
Yeah.
And pay-per-view broadcasts.
And the problem is that they're not going to spend money on fighters from South Africa, flying them out, getting them spots. You know, like you think about Cage Warriors. They're not going to
Yeah.
spend money. They're barely flying guys out from Europe, let alone Africa.
No, exactly, dude.
Then your only other option is Brave, and Brave hasn't been doing much in this period. You know,
They are back, but it's like 8 shows a year, maybe. I'm guessing that's what they're going to know, but they'll do a bit more actually. But they are coming back. Brave, however, is always going to be in a slightly better position being in the UAE. If they base all of their shows, the UAE and Sweden for some reason they seem to keep going back to. But if you're in the UAE's almost open door to almost everybody, dude.
Yeah.
They were the first to open back for tourism, and like they seem to have shit under control. So if you're a South African in Brave, you've probably got a better chance right now of getting a fight if it's going to stay in the UAE because of their policies and how they've been dealing. Bro, if I was fucking South African fighter and it's what you want to do and eventually go there, get fucking vaccinated and you can just keep fighting. Go stay there for 6 months, dude, if you can. You know what I
100%,
mean?
dude.
Like, and get your fights in.
I think Dubai is one of the you know, like you can get a lot of visas based on investment.
Yeah.
I think Dubai's investment bracket for a visa is like R500,000,
Yeah.
and you can get a permanent residency in the country. I know people don't just have $500,000 lying around, but I mean, if you like a semi alright or you know, like you semi alright financially, you can kind of get the money together and get a visa and go live there and then make a career there. I don't know. That's,
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
It's just I think the South African fighters are a bit
Well, look,
freaked at
dude.
the moment.
Look, dude. You've got our 3 biggest hopes here in South Africa was obviously the EFC first and foremost. Brave at the chance of coming to bring more than 1 show per year, yeah, and then Aries.
And Aries is
I don't know where Aries
not.
is.
It's not happening under lockdown.
Yeah. So no Aries. Brave isn't coming here in a hurry, and you got no EFC. So you're pretty fucked.
Yeah.
So no, that's a fairly heavy note.
It is a heavy note,
doom
but
and gloom, but it's the reality.
It is the reality, unfortunately, and like I just don't know what we do about it. The only way I see the EFC coming back this year is if we get to June, July, maybe August, let's say, and all of this COVID stuff kind of calms down and the vaccine sort of rollout. Because to be honest, no matter how you see this thing, whether you tinfoil hat, whatever it is. Oh, sorry, Anderson. Whatever it is, the only way this thing ends is with what's deemed an effective vaccine rollout.
Yeah.
And only once that happens will there be a bit of faith restored into like investment and things like that. Without the investment potential, the EFC is just not coming back, dude.
Yeah.
It's just not happening. You know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Graham was talking, Graham was into it, but he was talking fucking crazy talk, bro, about getting the UFC to invest in the EFC to help grow Africa for them. And I'm like, that is for sure not going to happen because they can just fucking do that themselves. Because I know the UFC was on the brink of building another PR. I want to say in Mexico. I might be completely mistaken.
Yeah, but Daniel spoke about that. He said
Yeah,
they
yeah.
luckily avoided it.
Yeah.
because they were getting involved with some like sharky oaks down
But
there.
yeah, well, it's Mexico, dog.
Yeah, but they didn't know.
What is
They
this?
didn't know what.
That is the greatest thing I've seen all day. Who's this? As shocked as it gets. The Strangle Squad. Legends. My two dads, when I tell them I think I like girls. Quality. Dude. Yeah, I don't know, bro. It's just it's a very worrying time, dude. I don't know if the EFC comes back this year. It kind of seems like that Graham and Cara have kind of agreed that they will come back when the dice rolls their way, kind of thing, you know. And that's the only time. And
So what's
until
happening
then-
with all the staff there? Like, what are they doing? Is Graham working for the bigger?
Well, Graham was saying that he's woefully unemployed still. I think that's what he said, something like that. Yeah, it just doesn't look good. But like, so where I was going, sorry. So the PI, if the PI is they've got a PI in China, a PI in Vegas, which is obviously serving the fighters there. And I think the first dude out of their Chinese system, I think he has been signed or is about to be signed, where they took a dude fully under their wing, full scholarship. He just lived,
Eat it.
he just was basically a product of the PI in China, and they're going to see that's going to be their full experiment. And if that really works the way they think it's going to work, they, damn straight they're going to slap one of those things in Africa eventually.
Yeah.
They don't need EFC or anybody to do it for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're obviously going to take care of that themselves. So
Hey, there's a meme about Warren.
I love this dude. I'm the same, man. My mother-in-law always told me stop punching the ghosts.
That's not me. That's you, Rourke.
That's you.
Nah. If I throw a punch, I'm punching you.
Greatest combination.
Right?
Have you seen? Remember this picture that was of Tony Ferguson's opponents? So someone said this champ.
Ever. Champ stuff. Shit.
We should actually have a meme review section of the show until EFC comes back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
it's bleak,
Yeah, it is very bleak. It's
And I heard Alpha's not doing anything until
COVID ends.
COVID ends because of the cost of the testing.
Which is what I suspected, dude. I'm like, you know, so there's two things going on there. There is a cheaper test. There's which is like 350 rand a test, but Marsa refused to accept it as, and I agree. Not that I agree, I understand. I'm like, obviously, if you're Marsa and you're sanctioning this event,
Yeah.
and you're going to allow the cheaper test, which you may be not so sure about, but it is government accepted for sports especially, versus the other test, which is like 850 to 1,000 rand. Look, dude, I don't know what Alpha's testing regime was, but I'm
Yeah.
guessing at least some people were tested. At 850 rand a pop, no fans, with no income coming in, you're relying heavily on sponsors to do that job. It's not easy, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It is not easy.
No, I agree with you.
The other thing, sorry, I wanted to say while I'm rambling here, is the Don situation. I know people are getting very frustrated. They want to see him compete. The only thing I can say is
He's equally frustrated.
yes, firstly, but the only thing we can do is like just keep the pressure, you know what I mean? Like keep tagging, keep sending, keep posting, like just be heard as fans. I guess that is the only way. There's nothing else really we can do. If Dana wants everyone to come back for one more fight, oh come on. Oh, Khabibi, what are we gonna do
Khabibi.
with him?
Habibi.
He's never coming back. Good riddance.
Boy, pop onto the Mighty BigAl podcast MMA page there, quick.
Facebook, Twitter, or
There where you
Instagram.
are on Instagram. Just want to see, did we cover all the fights that have been announced? Because that's all that's been happening is just fights being announced, dude. I think
What do you
there's
guys think of Poirier versus McGregor too?
Ooh, that's a good question. And
I
we
think
can,
McGregor wins again.
you think so?
Yeah.
I think that Dustin likes to get hit too much, and McGregor still hits as hard as he did before. So I think he's gonna get clipped. He's gonna go down.
Dude, I think it's
Mystic Mac came back and said 60 seconds, eh?
He's a liar.
liar. I don't know, dude. I think Dustin is. There's two things here. Dustin is a completely different fighter from the first time they met. I think everyone can agree with that. I think he's physically completely different. I think he's mentally completely different. That being said, I think it's very hard to face someone who knocked you out that way. And let's be honest, it wasn't even the cleanest punch, but I caught him, clipped him on like the behind the ear somewhere, and he was overs. The big thing with McGregor is that you haven't seen him in so long. You just don't know.
Yeah, he fights every January, right?
Yeah. And also, for sure, go to his Instagram, bro. Like, I'm not going to say there's some special treatment happening here, but...
Hey, bro. Therapeutic use exemptions.
Fuck, I love it, eh? Therapeutic use exemption. It makes
Are those
me
allowed
laugh.
again now?
Well,
For him,
you
now.
tell me, dog.
Him
Hey,
and TJ on the same protocol.
look, we have to also assume that this is post-training and you're a bit
Yeah, he's jacked up.
swollen. But like one thing about Conor is like that left deltoid there is looking particularly pimply to me,
But he's always had bad skin. Though,
but at the same time,
right?
like he also doesn't have chiseled abs, which
Yeah,
would
yeah.
be like your dead
He's not
giveaway.
like. I mean, like when you look at that photo, I mean, it's. Go back to the other one. He's not that big though. I mean, he's flexing, but he's not that big. He doesn't
Yeah.
look any bigger than he's always been.
But he looks hard.
He does look hard.
Maybe he's
There
been
was
on the
a pho-
windstroll.
No, there was a photo here where he looks
Jacket.
thick. Or not.
He also got a good photographer, dude. Maybe. Proper 12.
He made proper 12 shoes. He
Oh,
did.
of course he did, bro.
Imagine taking a run in your whiskey shoes.
Oh man.
Jeez, like
Couple of single malt sneakers, boy. Why not? I've been on a heavy whiskey train lately. Go up there to one with his son.
oh, this is it. He's
Yeah.
looking thick, yeah. This is not featherweight McGregor anymore.
Yeah, but he hasn't been featherweight McGregor for a long time.
But he's again like look at his abs kind of region, dude. It's nothing's really chiseled out or, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But he's looking a little bit yolky. If I'm
He's
honest.
looking like he tries a solid amount of chicken breasts.
Just
you know?
protein, eh, bro?
Mm.
You're on that protein shake.
Mm. The USN hardcore, he doesn't get the normal one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or he's getting the mass builder.
It
Mass
might be in that Biogen protocol, eh?
Here we go.
Ooh,
2021 and
jeez.
here we go.
Jeez, like okay.
Start us off like that.
Here we
boy.
go.
Here we go. And then
It's just a joke, guys.
let's look at this weekend's card, dude. We've got a card coming up.
Wait, before we do, someone wants to look at it weekly.
Gents,
okay.
I don't want to lie to you, but I'm gonna have to bounce soonish.
Yeah. Let's
Where do I go?
wrap this up.
Is it, which card?
Or
is
just
it?
go back to Twitter where we were. It should still
Twits.
be there. Quickly, just Max Holloway, Calvin Kattar.
That's a good card.
Calvin Kattar.
Okay, these two fights.
I'm gonna go
here.
Max Holloway.
Me too.
I'm gonna go Max Holloway, Carlos Condit,
Always.
Ponzinibbio because he
Ponzinibbio.
always fucks me over.
Buckley.
Buckley,
And then
Soriano,
it's gonna get shady.
and we won't go any further than that.
Jocelyn Edwards.
Oh, my boy Jossie.
Is he related to Tay Edwards?
Or Leon Edwards, or we can keep going with Edwards, right?
Edward Edwards. Yeah, let's not get lost.
It's his cousin.
Omari
actually.
Akhmedov versus Tom Breeze, a nice little fight as well. And cool. Fights coming up Saturday night, 7 p.m. First fight.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome
Sweet.
back to 2021. Stay safe, fuckers. Peace.
Cheers.